So if somebody's going to try to blackmail me with advertising, blackmail me with money, go f yourself.
Look, this show has allowed all kinds of people to come on. People we agree with, people we don't agree with. I've not been a fan of this man's. I don't like how he talks to us. I don't like how he talks to the nation.
Offer me money. Offer me power. I don't care.
I just leave. I go home. I go home to my life, and I take care of my cat and do all the stuff I'm supposed to do.
Gone, just like that. No press release, no farewell, not even a cryptic Instagram story. 1 minute, Whoopi Goldberg sitting at that infamous table on The View, throwing side eyes and spicy comments. And the next, vanished into thin air. No trace, no explanation. Insiders are whispering that she didn't just take a break. She fled the country, and it's no coincidence that this all exploded right after Elon Musk hit her with a jaw-dropping $80 million defamation lawsuit. Yeah, 80 million. This isn't some headline-hunting stunt. It's real, it's massive, and it's picking up steam fast. Behind the cameras, federal agents are watching closely. The FBI is reportedly involved, digging into the chaos brewing under Hollywood's glossy surface. People close to production are saying Whoopi didn't go on a wellness retreat. This wasn't about rest. She dipped, straight up vanished, allegedly on legal advice. Her sudden exit, it's being treated like damage control, or maybe even a legal strategy. So what the heck did she say that caused all this madness? And why is Elon Musk, of all people, going nuclear over it? There's serious talk that this lawsuit could tear down more than just Whoopi's rep. It might be the final nail in the coffin for The View as a whole.
Yes, you have.
I've been saying that I think Elon Musk believes he's president. I do.
Well, you can call him vice president.
I've called him vice president. I called him president because I don't know what JD is doing. I hardly ever say, I don't remember the last time we even talked about JD.
You're right. He's planning the presidency when they get rid of Trump.
So you think it's Musk Vance?
Possible.
This is way bigger than just one bad comment. We're talking about a lawsuit that could shake daytime TV to its core. Let's rewind. It started, like so many other viral disasters, with a joke gone wrong. The kind of off-the-cuff chatter The View is famous and infamous for. But this time, it crossed a line. During a fiery political debate, Whoopi allegedly claimed that Elon Musk and Senator JD Vance were plotting a covert plan to take over the US government if Donald Trump got kicked out. That's not satire. That's a serious accusation, and it wasn't presented as a joke. It aired on national TV, and Elon, he wasn't laughing. According to legal insiders, Musk's team believes that Whoopi's comments were not only false, but maliciously intended to damage his public image and influence. And with federal eyes now locked on the show's archives, this is turning into something way deeper than celebrity drama. Oh, and that's just the beginning. Old clips are being reanalyzed, past statements are resurfacing, and the internet is going crazy connecting the dots. Whatever's happening here, it's not just cancel culture. This might be a full-on media reckoning.
Wait a second, like, come on, man, this is too...
It started off like one of her usual off-the-cuff rants. Whoopi Goldberg, cracking jokes about stairways, saying stuff like Musk walks around like he already is the president, and throwing out wild theories about some secret takeover. The vibe in the studio? Laughter, clapping, the usual. But behind the scenes, that moment sparked something way darker. Because here's the thing, she didn't bring any proof, not even a half-baked article, no documents, no sources, just sharp words and attitude. Elon Musk, he didn't take it as just another spicy View moment. Nah, he went full courtroom mode. No tweets, no memes, just cold, calculated legal fire. His team slapped Whoopi and the network with a monster-sized $80 million defamation lawsuit. The accusation that Whoopi and her co-hosts knowingly and recklessly spread false and damaging claims with the intention to wreck his public image and career.
I'm in favor of freedom of speech. Yeah. And freedom of speech only is relevant when people you don't like say things you don't like, otherwise it has no meaning.
And this time, they're not letting it slide. No quick PR statements, no fake apologies. Musk's lawyers are locked in and loading up. At first, most people thought it was just another Hollywood tiff, celebrity beef that would blow over with a few headlines and a half-hearted apology. But as court docs started leaking and insiders began talking, it became crystal clear. This isn't about bruised egos. This is about changing the rules. According to Elon's legal team, this lawsuit is about about one thing, setting a precedent. They're claiming that The View didn't just cross a line, they bulldozed it by broadcasting a baseless accusation that Musk is conspiring against American democracy. They say Whoopi's segment put actual danger into the public conversation. And even worse, it wasn't whispered in a corner or buried in some tweet. It aired live, midday, to million viewers. His argument is blunt. This isn't free speech. It's malicious misinformation, wrapped up in daytime talk show glitz. And guess what? The courts might actually agree. The case is gaining traction fast. Media giants are scrambling to clean up old clips, delete controversial segments, and distance themselves from any possible legal fallout. Legal experts from CNN to Fox are now weighing in, calling this lawsuit the most important media case in recent history. And some analysts are siding with Whoopi, saying Musk is taking things way too far and threatening free speech. But others, they say he's doing what no one else has dared to do, legally challenging a major talk show for running its mouth without facts. And suddenly, talk show hosts everywhere are realizing they're not untouchable. This lawsuit might end up redrawing the lines between media freedom and accountability, and it's terrifying the industry. Now here's where things get really wild. Just days after the lawsuit went public, a clip of Whoopi's bizarre stairway joke started going viral on social media. In it, she's seen making an odd comment about people tripping down power staircases while smirking at the camera. It seemed weird at the time, nonsensical, almost coded, but now, in the context of the lawsuit, that moment is being ripped apart online.
If somebody's going to try to blackmail me with advertising, blackmail me with money, go f yourself. Offer me money. Offer me power. I don't care.
Critics are dissecting her words, saying the joke might have been more than just a joke. Some even claim it could be seen as suggestive, maybe even threatening. Wild theories are flying around, people accusing Whoopi of dropping veiled warnings, subtle digs, or coded threats. And things escalated so quickly that the FBI reportedly got involved. That's right, federal agents are now reviewing the footage and investigating whether the joke crossed a dangerous line. The official reasoning? Potential incitement or the spread of high-level political misinformation. That's how seriously they're taking it. And while the producers of The View are trying to act like everything's business as usual, staff members are allegedly panicking behind the scenes. Rumors say lawyers are being brought into the writer's room and older episodes are being scrubbed before they trigger even more legal headaches. What started as a loose segment of unscripted banter has now exploded into a full-on media nightmare. Whoopi's words might have been said with a laugh, but the consequences? They're no joke. Musk's legal team wasted zero time. The second Whoopi's stairway comment hit the airwaves, they locked in on it. They pointed to it as a prime example of what they call reckless and potentially dangerous rhetoric being broadcast to millions, live, unfiltered, and totally unchecked. For Elon's lawyers, it was the smoking gun they'd been waiting for, and they didn't just file it away for court, they made noise with it. But then things escalated way beyond the courtroom. Federal authorities, yes, actual government agents, allegedly caught wind of the broadcast and began asking questions, not just about what Whoopi said, but about the bigger picture. Could her remarks pose a real-world security risk? Could this kind of talk, even if meant as a joke, spark public unrest or even inspire threats? That's when the vibe around The View changed from celebrity lawsuit to full-blown crisis mode.
Okay, I need to clean something up because my cat lays in wait for me on my stairs all the time. And that's what I was thinking of that. I wasn't trying to indicate that they were actually standing there with their legs out, hoping he would try.
This wasn't just about Elon anymore. It had turned into a federal investigation, quiet, behind the scenes, but very real. And right around then, something shifted in Whoopi. On screen, she tried to keep up the act. She giggled awkwardly, brushed off the controversy, even threw in a line about her cat tripping her down the stairs, trying to paint the whole thing as one big misunderstanding. It was just a joke, she said, just Whoopi being Whoopi. But behind the scenes, it was a completely different vibe. Insiders close to the production say the panic started setting in fast. Whoopi, usually the fire starter of every segment, began pulling back, skipping meetings, ducking out early. Her energy, office producers started noticing her tone had changed. No more playful jabs, no more bold one-liners, just tension. People backstage started whispering, she's scared, and she had every reason to be. According to sources, she wasn't just dealing with a lawsuit anymore. She was facing the full weight of government eyes watching her every move. Suddenly, every word she'd ever said on air was under review. Archive footage was being combed through. Legal teams were building timelines. The internet was in overdrive, unearthing her most controversial past takes and throwing them back into the spotlight. And the backlash? It was brutal. Social media turned hostile. Clips of her joke went viral with tens of thousands of comments, many of them accusing her of using humor to mask real political bias. People began demanding accountability, not just from Whoopi, but from The View as a whole. How could a show that prides itself on journalistic influence let something so bold and allegedly baseless air so freely? And then, just like that, she vanished. No farewell segment, no press conference, not even a goodbye tweet. Whoopi Goldberg just disappeared. One day she was on set trying to downplay the storm. The next, her dressing room was empty. Her name was off the call sheet. People around the set only spoke in whispers. She's gone.
Respect everything everyone is saying to me, and I don't want to fake apologize. I was very upset about that people are misunderstood what I was saying. And it's not good for anyone. And it's not good for poor folks. It is not good for y'all because you become slave fodder. It's not a good thing. It's not good for women because you are now being told and dictated to, and you can't say anything because they, throw you in a jail or whatever. People got very, very, very angry and still are angry. I mean, I'm getting, all of the mail from folks and the very real anger because people feel very different.
They said. But why? Sources close to the situation say her exit wasn't just about the lawsuit or the FBI snooping around. It was the perfect storm closing in on her. You had Elon Musk coming in with full billionaire force, armed with a ruthless legal team. Then the feds creeping in with a quiet but serious investigation into her televised comments. Add the online backlash, which only grew uglier by the hour, and top it off with critics dragging up every controversial thing she's said over the years. And it was just too much. Insiders say Whoopi had reached a breaking point. One person even claimed she was visibly shaken after hearing the FBI was reportedly looking into her public remarks. According to crew members, she stopped cracking jokes off camera. She avoided eye contact. Her voice was lower. The usual fire she brought to the stage, gone. It was like someone had flipped a switch. She had weathered controversies before, lots of them, but this time felt different. This wasn't a scandal you could spin away with a clever soundbite or a half-hearted apology. This was serious. This was government-level serious. And for someone who had always owned the spotlight, it suddenly became clear she didn't want to be in it anymore. So she left, quietly, quickly, and the whispers started turning into theories. Was it a legal strategy? A safety move? An escape from the mess she helped create? What we know is this: Whoopi Goldberg didn't just walk away from The View, she walked straight out of the country, and that says everything. Whoopi felt trapped, like she couldn't breathe without someone dissecting it. Every move she made, every single word was flipped, clipped, and spun into a headline. Her facial expressions were picked apart on TikTok. Her pauses were turned into conspiracy theories on Reddit. Even her wardrobe choices became ammo for online trolls claiming she was hiding something. Nothing was safe. And the worst part? She had zero backup. A BC, the network she'd stood by for years, said nothing. No public statement, no defense, not even a half-hearted "we stand with Whoopi," just silence. Insiders say she felt completely abandoned, tossed to the wolves, left to take the heat alone while the suits upstairs tried to pretend it was business as usual. And that silence, it was deafening. She wasn't just dealing with legal pressure or internet hate anymore. She was dealing with the gut punch of betrayal from her own network. So when she left, it wasn't just a meltdown or an emotional escape. It was tactical, a calculated decision, a way to get out of the US, avoid being cornered legally, and protect what little peace she had left. Sources say she was advised by her inner circle to step away before things spiraled into full-blown criminal proceedings. Leaving the country gave her breathing room. It put her beyond the immediate reach of American courts and maybe even gave her leverage to renegotiate from the outside. Think of it like a chess move, not a checkout. But if she thought disappearing would cool the situation down, oh no, the internet does not forget and it does not forgive. The second word leaked that Whoopi had left the country, Twitter erupted like a volcano. A cancel The View started trending within hours, and shockingly, so did hashtag support Elon. People were split between rage and revenge. Some called Whoopi a coward. Others mocked her for trying to run from accountability. It wasn't just her recent comments under fire. Clips from years ago came roaring back into the spotlight. spotlight. Suddenly, there were viral videos of her defending highly controversial policies, mocking Elon Musk during other segments, and, believe it or not, praising Donald Trump in a resurfaced clip that nobody saw coming. That last one set the internet on fire. People didn't know what to believe. Was it hypocrisy? Was it satire? Was it Whoopi just playing to whichever crowd was cheering? Critics wasted no time. They painted her as inconsistent, manipulative, and willing to say anything to stay relevant. And the chaos didn't stop there. The backlash moved from Twitter threads to full-blown media campaigns. Petitions to cancel The View started popping up everywhere. Change.org, Facebook groups, even LinkedIn. Commentators across all political spectrums, left, right, and center, started calling the show a liability. One even went as far as to say, The View isn't collapsing, it's imploding. Advertisers noticed fast. Brands that used to proudly attach their names to The View's massive audience began quietly backing away. A source from inside the show's production claimed several key sponsors paused contracts indefinitely, which in TV terms is code for "we're out until this mess blows over." And ABC, still mute, still ducking. The network gave no press conference, no damage control interview, no reassuring message to viewers, nothing, just total radio silence. For a show that once felt bulletproof, unshakable, always on top, The View is now looking like a sinking ship. The kind of slow public unraveling that no network wants to admit is happening, but everyone can see plain as day. Producers are scrambling. Staff morale is reportedly in the gutter. Behind the scenes, people are walking on eggshells, worried about who's next to be dragged into the fire. Nobody knows if Whoopi will return. Nobody even knows if she can. And without her, the show's chemistry, the fire, the controversy, the spark is gone. What's left? A talk show bleeding credibility, hemorrhaging viewers, losing sponsors, and getting hit from all sides. And if ABC doesn't speak up soon, they might not just lose Whoopi, they might lose the entire show. But let's zoom out for a second, because this story, it's way bigger than just Whoopi Goldberg and Elon Musk. This isn't just celebrity drama or another case of a talk show segment gone too far. This is about media power, about accountability, about where we draw the line between speaking freely and speaking recklessly. For years, The View has walked a tightrope, throwing opinions like grenades while still holding the weight of mainstream influence. But now, that line they've danced on, it's finally being dragged into the courtroom. Musk's supporters are saying this moment is long overdue. They claim he's doing what so many public figures have been too afraid to do, standing up to media giants who use their platforms to twist narratives and push personal agendas. They argue that this lawsuit isn't about ego, it's about truth over spin, facts over feelings, that for too long, talk shows like The View have operated like they're untouchable, tossing out heavy claims with no receipts and zero consequences. But on the flip side, his critics are sounding alarms, loud ones. They're warning that if Musk wins this case, it could set a terrifying precedent, one where the ultra-rich can sue anyone who criticizes them, one where media outlets start censoring themselves out of fear, one where asking questions, being provocative, or calling out the powerful becomes a legal risk. They're asking, if a billionaire can take down The View, what happens to smaller voices, independent journalists, podcasts? Will this create a chilling effect on public discourse? It's a high-stakes battle. Free speech versus accountability, and neither side is backing down. One thing's for sure though, this lawsuit has already left a permanent mark. Whether Whoopi returns to the show or not, the ripple effect is spreading. Media networks are quietly reviewing old footage. Producers are being told to vet jokes and hot takes with legal teams. Lawyers are being added to writers' rooms. This could reshape how celebrities, commentators, and entire networks approach public commentary. Forever, what used to be casual opinion segments might now require legal clearance. The tone of daytime TV could shift permanently, from fiery to filtered. And then there's Whoopi herself, a media legend, a pop culture icon, now a cautionary tale. Whether she resurfaces or fades out completely, the damage is done. Her legacy has been hit hard, and she might not ever recover the same level of trust or audience. This situation showed how fast a single moment can spiral, how a joke can turn into a federal investigation, and how even the biggest names can fall hard under pressure. So now it's over to you. What do you think? Did Whoopi really flee to dodge accountability, or was she pushed out by a network that left her to take the heat alone? Is Elon Musk right to hit back legally, or is he opening a dangerous door for censorship disguised as justice? Should talk shows, news outlets, and media platforms be legally responsible for everything their hosts say on air? Drop your take in the comments below. I need to hear what you think about this one. And hey, before you go, like this video if you want to keep seeing raw, unfiltered commentary that doesn't play it safe. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss what's coming next. Because if you thought this story was wild, trust me, we're just getting started. See you in the next one.